And 9 times out of 10, there's no reason to push past the center line of the map, especially early in a match. You're just risking being deleted
Let's give them a hard time.
and overextending.
I owe you one.
So gonna kind of like to stay central.
We've been spotted.
That way I'd have some shots over here on the western flank as well as the middle, and I'd cover a little bit of the east. So I generally like this edge of this island or the next 2 islands over. Both offer good cover positions. This one's kind of cool because it has a little shoulder. Even ships with a relatively low firing arc can get over this little edge. So I'll probably start here, and then as other ships get targeted and we're given a little bit of an advantage of not being focused if we move out, we'll go ahead and take some of those other positions as the game advances, kind of going from stepping stone to stepping stone. It's only 2 destroyers, so we do have to look for destroyers coming in this area, which will spot us if we fire. Sweet thing about this refill station boost is that we get a range boost and we have a friendly ship nearby. You can see I basically picked a spot where I'm not going to get spotted, but I can fire over this shoulder really effectively, and I'm going to be loving it if this Bayern keeps backing in to Cat. Not only am I going to get him the whole time that he's backing up, but I'm going to get him when he has to stop, which is going to be hard for him to do. Actually, looks, oh, he's going forward. I thought he was going backwards for a second. But he's committing to the center of the map really, really early. Oh, and he grounded, so. Okay, there's the DD I was talking about that's spotting me off to the right-hand side. So I'm going to have to be aware that this DD here, the Mahan, is going to be spotting us. Try to push out a little so I can get fire back on that. And we're going to carefully target the correct ship. Make sure the Bayern is selected. Oops, still heading out. I don't want to head out anymore. Got another fire. Engage, cheesy sound effects. Fortunately, that Mahan's doing work over on the other flank. All right. Let's see if we can get some fire on him and cause him to fall back. I don't have to hit him to make him aware that he's being targeted with a bunch of HE. Just basically sending a message. Okay, high gun arcs. Leander thinks that he's safe, but as you can see, I don't have the mountain icon when I'm targeting where he will be underneath his ship identifier, so we actually can put fire on him, but we'll have to gauge his speed. So let's put up our plane. Let's move out of this position. Let's see if I can get some side shots on the Helena. If we can possibly spot that Leander. Helena's gonna cruise out. Pensacola is an option. Lead pretty far in front. These shells have a much higher arc than the Emile did in the last game. So you'll see my aiming at the island is really quite different. So hopefully our team stays patient. Oh, we have action on the other side, so I do want to check our shoulder. We have enemy ships pushing from the east side. And I'm going to signal for the Scharn-Roast for focus fire. There's no reason not to fire at him. He's already relatively low health. It would help if this battleship would target him as well. Got the fire. Now we're going to target the Badioni, drive him off. Make him go dark, hopefully, and leave our battleship alone. Got another Scharn-Roast. So that might persuade the Badioni to go silent for a bit. Gonna have to watch for the enemy Scharn-Roast. There he is, and go hard. Hard over. I shot a little bit behind him. Colorado can outgun him, but he does have to watch for the Scharn-Roast torpedoes, so he's gonna want to get out of that area. Now I'm gonna cover him. Just try to keep this Scharn-Roast lit up. The good news is that HE fire will take out the Scharn-Roast torpedo tubes a lot of the time. He's really pushing strong, so just keep firing him. Gonna turn, same thing, kite and give him a tough target to hit. He'll probably wind up just focusing on the Colorado, because we're gonna be probably more work right now than the Colorado is. Colorado should have started moving out of that area sooner. He's really slow, and now that he's boxed in, it's going to be too late for him to really escape this pincher that's coming. I'm trying to help distract this Scharn-Roast. Imagine they'll target me shortly. Okay, got a fire on the other Scharn. Now he's targeting us. I'm going to turn towards the Scharn-Roast that I just lit on fire. He's probably mad at us. Actually, it was that far Scharn-Roast shooting at us. No one's targeting now because our number indicator went out. Come on, Colorado, finish him.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
That should do it.
Attention, concentrate all stations. Defend the base.
We do need to hold the base because we have a ship lead. Really going to focus on the Scharn-Roast. That Colorado should have taken him out. He's been running broadside to the Colorado this whole time. We could do it if we get one fire. We've done a lot of the work, but the Scharn-Roast off. So the Colorado will probably get the kill, but he didn't. Hard to the right, hard to the right. And take some damage. No, we turned and evaded. So now we're going to focus fire this Scharn-Roast. He's already thinking twice about coming in. And we've got enemy destroyer in the cap. Gonna echo the I need help. I'm gonna be a single cruiser trying to defend the base against a Scharn-Roast and a DD. So what I'm going to first need to do is stop firing, but I'm afraid that DD is out of his smoke because I'm being spotted by 2 boats, not 1. So I'm actually going to take the risk of continuing to fire at the Scharn-Roast for right now. I'm going to have to try to detect that destroyer that's on our base. This is not a good position for me to have to push the action here. I'm going to have to anticipate and avoid a torpedo salvo, and I'm going to have to keep this Scharn-Roast from capping. At some point I just have to get in the cap to stop the cap timer, and there's the destroyer. So he hasn't used his smoke, he's British, so his smoke resets quickly. Just need to get a hit to reset the base. We just missed him.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Destroyers tend to back up after they smoke up. Okay, there's a cap reset. So I don't need to go in immediately now. Gonna take damage from the Scharn. It's just, and we've got the Buddy Oni. Okay, killed the destroyer. That's cool. Just need help from my team now. Can probably hold this for a while by myself, but it'd be nice to have a little bit of help. Russian cruisers have so little armor that I'm actually going to switch to armor piercing now. Even a light cruiser's rounds may citadel the Buddy, because he is so thin on the sides. go back to fire with him heading away. And hopefully we can just chase him out of the cap. He's nearly dead. Turning into the Scharn-Roast, you probably anticipate me turning away from a battleship, but awesome. Got the buddy.
Nice work.
Oftentimes in a cruiser, it's just a good idea to actually turn into the fire of a battleship. They don't anticipate that. They expect you to run away most of the time. Hit a fire, close to 100k in damage. Come on. Not quite. So the key of going up against a Scharn-Roast is they don't have the best guns. Their guns are really kind of like big cruiser guns. So as long as I stay angled to them, he's not going to kill me easily outright. He's going to have to take a couple salvos to do it. Anticipate him going forward and back now, which watch his smoke. His smoke's starting to curl towards the front of the ship, so at this point, he really had nothing to lose. If you kind of make a last stand charge, he's just giving us some damage to boost our XP total. And we made our 100,000. Always exciting when you break 100,000 in any match. At least for me. That may be easy to please. See, we can still get shots over this corner, even though it's relatively close. He's backing up, so I kind of have to lead him the back half of the ship there. We'll have to watch for torpedoes. So might as well fire off my hydroacoustic just in case. Loaded and ready. I don't have to use it for a destroyer or anything. So I might as well just be safe, just in case he fired his torpedoes off. They have a 6-kilometer range, so he could reach me. And this is basically in a destroyer how we can fend off the base against multiple battleships. Sorry, in a cruiser, we can fend off an attack from multiple battleships, a DD, and a cruiser with some help from our teammates. So we're faring pretty well bow on. Try and get my full broadside on him, hopefully. A little bit of a risk here. I didn't want him to torpedo me. Come on. On fire, burn out. Helena can make kind of a strong play against lower caliber guns, as long as she's bow on. Another fire. That's my kill. Don't steal it. Yeah, close quarters expert. Killed a battleship with secondaries on a US cruiser. I'll take it. Close quarters expert, arsonist, high caliber. That's a combination that I don't see on a US cruiser very often. 126k damage. Top of the team. That was a game just about patience. We did not push in too soon. Again, we found those hard island cover positions in the beginning of the game. Used them to help take down that Bayern, which he's at the bottom of their board, which kind of expect because he's stuck in a central position, and then he ran to the island. And then just trying to hold down that flank against the enemy Jervis that came down the west flank and the other couple ships there. And then as soon as we saw their push to the eastern flank, just circling back. And that Colorado was our damage sponge, even though he didn't necessarily sink those enemy ships. He took fire from them, which is in a battleship just as important as killing other ships. It's being the damage sink for your team. It is a meat shield, so for that period of time while he's alive, I know they're going to be prioritizing getting him out and it allowed me to work on those other ships and burn some HP off them before they could make a serious push on the base.